Introducing you to a group of local comedians who are proving that laughter truly is the best medicine. This week's four-star Chicagoans are using comedy and improv to help kids suffering from trauma and illness. Take a look.
Hi. We work for an organization called Humor for Hope, and what we do is improv comedy. At Humor for Hope, we use comedy as a form of therapy. So essentially, we use improv comedy as like a healing technique for anybody suffering from trauma, from acute, chronic, or terminal illnesses. Grief and loss and trauma are universal, and so is comedy. We are someone that's not coming in to like poke and prod and ask all these questions. Like, we are just coming in to allow them to be kids for a moment. I started volunteering at a children's hospital here in Chicago. One of the patients couldn't have visitors because of risk of infection type things, so I asked if I could use improv to just at least stimulate the imagination, and it worked. Turned it into Humor for Hope, and it's been really awesome, and a lot of times we'll just laugh a lot and giggle and get super silly.
They're very funny. They're very nice to take this time with me, and I'm thankful that they get to come and play comedy stuff with me.
You're gonna think of a place, a magical land that you want to go to.
The last time we were playing the game, it felt like fun. It was fun.
These kids are missing out on their childhood a little bit by being here, especially the ones who have to be here often. And so when you finally get a kid to laugh, it's like you've achieved the unimaginable. It just kind of validates like why we do what we do.
We as a group enter into a child or a family's life for about 10 to 15 minutes, and I think we just kind of give them an escape from what they're dealing with, because I think we probably could get them out a little quicker if we make them laugh a little bit more.
Fighting any illness, especially one for children, is a very lonely battle, and to have people that will give their time and to make you feel like you're not walking alone, and to do it with humor and fun, we're very grateful for every single person that volunteers and donates their time to that cause.
Having the opportunity to laugh and just be, away from the medications and the treatments and the constant seriousness, it's a good outlet for people, not only young people, but people like myself that haven't laughed in, 20 days.
Really, our goal is to kind of change the face of healthcare in that having a strong connection is not something to be feared, right? So it's not just going in and telling a patient something, it's like being able to be in a moment with them is really healing and powerful for both parties. We always leave here like feeling 10 times better than we did when we came in. And it really is an amazing feeling. That's like medicine all on its own, is being able to laugh together.
Please welcome Hope England and Katie Tyner.
Hi, Hope. Hi, Katie.
Just incredible work, what the two of you are doing and the whole group is doing. How rewarding is this for you?
Oh my gosh, I'm crying like watching the film just now. Like, and I do this every week. It's so rewarding, honestly. Like, some days we come in and we're really tired after our day jobs and whatever, and we leave feeling 10 times greater than we did.
Mm-hmm. And what are the day jobs?
I work as a trauma therapist at Cook County Hospital and at Comer Children's Hospital with adolescent victims of gun violence. So,
wow. And what about for you, Katie?
I'm a recruiter for an advertising agency.
Wow.
Not quite the same.
Not quite. But Katie, talk about how improv makes such a big difference too in what you're doing there at the hospitals.
Yeah, so kind of the nice thing about improvisation is that you don't require any props or costumes. Improv really lends itself to that, and that it can be done anywhere with any group of people at any time. And so it makes a difference because these kids who can't leave their rooms, who can't go down to the playrooms and interact with other kids, they're really confined. They kind of have the opportunity to engage with other people and laugh and do things that they really otherwise wouldn't be able to do.
Well, Hope, can you tell us about some of the places you've traveled to? You've not just stuck to the hospitals here, but you've helped mass shooting victims, refugees. You've traveled to Africa.
Yeah, so 2 years ago, I had the opportunity to go with another organization to Malawi in Africa. And we did like narrative therapy and improv therapy with some of the women and children there suffering from things like HIV and AIDS. And then this past September, Katie and I returned from the southeast border of Turkey. So we were on the Syrian border where we worked with Syrian refugees. And it was one of the most challenging and rewarding things that we've ever done.
Wow. Well,
We tip our cap to you.
yeah,
Thank you.
thank you so
Thank you
much.
so much. Yeah.
For more information on Humor for Hope, head to WindyCityLive.com. And as always, if you know someone who should be our next 4-star Chicagoan, send us an email to WCL@WindyCityLive.com and make sure to put 4-star Chicagoan in the subject line.